Nikola Jokić, the best player in the NBA today, the one they call the Joker, has redefined the center position in the league forever. His game is built on finesse, intelligence, and a supernatural feel for the game of basketball. He doesn't overwhelm defenders with raw speed, and he's not soaring over opponents with jaw-dropping athleticism. Instead, he dominates in a way that almost defies the modern NBA, a league built on pace, explosiveness, and being constantly above the rim. Jokić, a throwback to the style of the 80s and 90s, plays at his speed, never rushed, never rattled. He dictates the flow of the game, bending defenses to his will. While others react, he controls. But how did a player once overlooked by nearly the entire league become the face of the NBA? How did a second-round draft pick, whose selection wasn't even broadcast live, turn into arguably the most complete big man the game has ever seen? These are the skills of Nikola Jokić, explained. Nikola Jokic's road to stardom is as unconventional as his game. The young Serbian's perceived lack of traditional athleticism and more plump or out-of-shape look led most to greatly underestimate his potential. The Denver Nuggets selected him with the 41st pick in the 2014 NBA draft. A pick so unimportant at the time, it happened during a Taco Bell commercial break. The big leagues clearly doubted him, and Jokić would stay home, waiting an entire year before beginning his NBA journey. In his rookie season, Jokić was solid but far from a star, averaging 10 points, 7 rebounds, and just 2.4 assists per game. However, he would flash moments of brilliance, and the NBA rewarded that by voting the second-round pick to be first-team All-Rookie in 2016. At 6'11" and 285 pounds, the Joker's size is a significant advantage in today's faster, smaller NBA. He possesses the strength and body mass to assert his will in the paint, easily maneuvering to his preferred spots in the post. Defenses often resort to desperate measures, attempting to disrupt his progress with physical play. His footwork in the post is surgical. He never rushes, letting defenders make the first move. Then, much like legendary postmasters before him, like Hakeem Olajuwon and Dirk Nowitzki, he uses crafty moves and fakes to free himself up for easy buckets. Before his defender even knows it, the ball is already floating softly through the net, and they're left with no other choice but to shake the Joker's hand and try again on the next possession. His hook shot is automatic, his floater, unblockable. His nasty fadeaway jumper? Ask Anthony Davis how that feels. Jokić has hit not one, but 2 miraculous fadeaway shots off balance over one of the NBA's best defenders in the playoffs when it matters most. And then there's his touch. Throughout NBA history, big men have struggled as shooters, both at the free throw line and beyond the arc. The physics of their shots work against them. Their height forces a steeper trajectory. The sheer distance adds a greater margin for error, and their massive frames, sometimes even the size of their hands, can make it harder to develop a soft and consistent touch. But Nikola Jokić stands as a defiant exception to this rule. He's a career 82.5% free throw shooter, which gives him the 5th highest career free throw percentage by a center who has played at least 5 seasons at the position and attempted at least 4 free throws per game. And in 2025, Jokić is taking his long-distance shooting to another level. He's attempting more threes than ever before, and not just taking them, but hitting them at a scorching 40+% clip, marking a career high. This rare combination of inside dominance and outside accuracy makes the Joker one of the most well-rounded and versatile scorers the NBA has ever seen. He defies the conventional wisdom of big man shooting, rewriting the rules with his unique blend of size and skill. But in order for the Joker to get where he is today, there was a pivotal moment in his sophomore season that changed not only his career, but the entire NBA, forever. Denver originally tried to pair Jokić with 7-foot Jusuf Nurkic, making a retro dual center lineup in an attempt to counter the small ball most teams play in the modern league. Unfortunately, this attempt to be different didn't work. Denver was struggling, And young Jokić even volunteered to come off the bench to try and make it a success. But when Mike Malone did bench Jokić for Nurkic, something became very clear. The Nuggets were almost always winning during the Joker's minutes, even in losses. 25 games into the 2016-17 season, they made the switch. Nurkic was benched, then eventually traded, and Nikola Jokić took over as the full-time starter for Denver. For the rest of that season, the 21-year-old Jokić would average roughly 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, while shooting an efficient 58.5% from the field, a massive improvement from his rookie season. The biggest difference? The Nuggets, by playing through the Joker, unlocked the greatest passing big man of all time. Frankly, Jokić isn't just a great passer for a center. He's one of the greatest passers in NBA history, period. Most centers in the league's long history have had a straightforward role for their team offensively. They catch lobs, play in the post, set hard screens, and clean up the glass around the rim. And while that can be a valuable role for any team, Nikola Jokić has, again, completely shattered that mold. Jokić doesn't just play within the Nuggets offense. He is the Nuggets offense. He's the first true center in NBA history to be his team's primary ball handler, routinely bringing the ball up the court like a point guard. And that's not by accident. Despite his size, Jokić sees the floor at a level no other big man has before him. His basketball IQ is off the charts, processing plays at an unparalleled speed, seeing them develop long before anyone else, making him the ultimate playmaker from the center position. He's not just playing the game, he's conducting it. His outlet passes are legendary. The moment he secures a rebound, he's immediately looking up the court, ready to hit a teammate in stride with a pinpoint pass. It's a skill that brings to mind names of the past like Bill Walton and Wes Unseld. Just like the legendary Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in their later years, when their experience and understanding of the game reached its peak, Nikola Jokić doesn't need to be at the top of the key to run the offense. He's a master of controlling the tempo, slowing the game down, and orchestrating from the low post. From there, he surveys the entire floor, reading the defense, and patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He doesn't force anything, instead letting the play develop naturally. Then, when defenses inevitably collapse on Jokić, trying to contain his scoring presence in the paint, it's too late, as they've left someone open to do this. With his elite vision, Jokić then delivers passes that often simply shouldn't be possible. No-look dimes threaded through impossible angles, behind-the-back dishes with pinpoint accuracy, cross-court lasers that hit shooters in perfect rhythm. His teammates aren't just getting open shots, they're getting the easiest buckets of their careers, all thanks to the wizardry of Nikola Jokić. For the Joker, the game seems like a puzzle, and every possession is a chance to solve it. Jokic's dominance isn't just about scoring and passing, he controls the boards too. He's not the fastest player, and he's not the highest leaper. But rebounding isn't just about jumping, it's about positioning, timing, and instincts, and Jokić is a master at all three. He reads the ball off the rim better than anyone, always getting himself in the right spot before his opponent even reacts. And once he's there, almost no one in today's game can move him. His strength makes him nearly impossible to box out. The result? Nikola Jokić is one of the greatest triple-double threats the game has ever seen. Every time he steps on the court, he's a threat to dominate in points, rebounds, and assists. When he pulls down a defensive rebound, he's not just securing the ball, he's already thinking 2 steps ahead. In an instant, he can launch a perfect outlet pass, hitting a teammate in stride and igniting the fast break. And when he grabs an offensive rebound, forget about forced shots or heroics. Jokić analyzes the defense without a hint of bias and makes the smartest play. He takes whatever the defense gives him, ensuring the Denver Nuggets walk away with a victory. He's not playing for stats, he's playing to win. But doing this has ironically led Jokić to some of the wildest statistical games ever, like the first 30-point, 20-rebound, and 20-assist game versus the Suns in March of 2025. Of all the things that make Nikola Jokić special, his mindset might be the most unique of them all. Most NBA legends reach greatness through relentless work ethic and an obsessive drive to perfect their craft. Legends like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan obsessed over the game and had a borderline unhealthy competitive fire, fueled by an insatiable appetite for winning. But Nikola Jokić, the horse riding enthusiast, treats basketball like a regular old job. He's not in the gym 24/7. He's not watching film at all hours of the night. He's not obsessing over the game every second of the day. And yet, he dominates. His skill set is almost entirely natural, honed not through endless practice sessions, but by simply playing against the best competition in the world, learning and adapting in real time. Most players with this mindset would be criticized for lacking focus or dedication. But Jokić, since 2021, he's won 3 MVPs, and in 2023, he led the Nuggets to their first NBA championship, averaging nearly a triple-double across the entire playoffs. He doesn't force bad shots. He doesn't waste possessions with unnecessary dribble moves. He plays the game with complete control, keeping the ball moving, making the right reads, and trusting his teammates unconditionally. And that is what makes the Joker one of the hardest players in the NBA to figure out. We are living in the era of Nikola Jokić. We are witnessing his prime, a period of dominance that may redefine the center position for generations. And if the 2020s have shown us anything, it's that we are watching a player who is not just great, but potentially one of the greatest and most skilled to ever grace the hardwood. The center with the vision of a point guard, the footwork of a post-scoring legend, the shooting touch of an elite marksman, and the patience of a master strategist. And as we watch him orchestrate the Denver Nuggets, it's becoming increasingly clear that we may never see another player quite like him again. He is a singular force, a basketball anomaly, and a legend in his own time.